What the fuck is going on, y'all? It's your boy, K-Town Menace 801, coming at y'all with a story time. And today's story time is pretty crazy and unbelievable. And you guys are just gonna be like, there's no way your life is like this. But as fucked up as it sounds, I honestly got nothing but a whole big laugh out of the entire situation. I just thought it was funny. And the other thing that I got out of this situation was I learned that karma does in fact exist. So it's just one of those. Let's just get straight up into it. So I was with this girl for about 9 months. It was a pretty long time, and I caught her cheating just one too many times. And finally, I was like, "Listen here, bitch. You gotta get your shit. You gotta go. You gotta get the fuck on, bitch. Like this just ain't working. You cheating asshole. You gotta go." So I left her, and my life was pretty peaceful for about I want to say anywhere from 10 months to a year. And then out of nowhere, I notice this car driving past my house, an awful fucking lot. And I'm just like, I'm probably just being paranoid. Like, it's just me. It's just some old dude. Because I looked in the car and it's some, gray haired, almost balding old dude. So I'm like, he's just minding his own business. You're just being paranoid. Like, so I forget about it, and I just noticed this car driving by more and more. And as it drives by, I notice that the driver is like straight up making eye contact with me and stuff. So I'm like, again, I just brush it off, think I'm being paranoid. So then one of my roommates calls me when I'm not even home, and lets me know that someone in that car that has been driving by, that crazy old dude in that fucking beat down ass station wagon looking thing, rolled down his window, said my actual first and last name, and I quote, said I'm a dead motherfucker. He said my first and last name and then said is a dead motherfucker. So my roommates call me and they're like, well, what do you want us to do? And I'm just like, I think it's nothing. I'm really not too worried about it. And then they explained to me a sticker that was on the back of the car, that was on the back bumper. And as I remember, little cheating ass hoe was all about this fake ass shit because of her daddy. It was one of those fucking coexist stickers that has all the religious symbols and shit. Anyways, it was one of those stickers. So I instantly, then I knew like, yo, that is her dad, because I thought the driver looked familiar, and I'm just like, that's cheating hoe's dad. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he driving around here? Like, there's no need for this. Bitch has been out of my life for anywhere from 10 to 12 months by now. I had totally forgotten about her in the entire situation. What the fuck? So, the current girl that I'm with ends up messaging my ex, whose dad was driving in front of my house, on Facebook, being like, hey, what's going on? Like, why's your dad driving in front of our house, talking all this shit? Like, you've caused enough drama. You need to get the fuck on, ho. Everybody's sick of you. Fucking happy trails to you, bitch. And she doesn't say shit. And then some dude starts messaging me on Facebook. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And it's her dad. And I'm like, dude, why are you driving in front of my house? Like, what the fuck is your problem? You fucking weirdo. Like, you need to. And this dude is seriously, like, he's got some serious issues. Like, I remember when I was with the cheating bitch, he was always telling me how he thinks the government's watching him and watching us and trying to hack him, and the government's trying to hack his computer. So just all around a creepy fucking individual who you don't really want driving in front of your house. So he starts messaging me on Facebook, and I'm just like, look, dude, what are you driving in front of my house for? What the fuck do you want? You didn't say shit when you literally saw me outside looking at you, but the one time you see a female roommate there is the one time you actually like say something like, bitch, what the fuck? And he's like, you need to ask my daughter. And I'm like, I don't want to ask your daughter shit, bitch. Quit driving in front of my house. So apparently, someone had, and I quote, shot up her car and slashed her tires. And for some reason, he thinks it was me because his whole ass daughter cheated on me like a fucking, a year ago. Like, I don't know why he thought I had anything to do with it. It was probably whoever she was fucking cheating on at the time who did that shit. Well, anyways, I brush it off, think nothing of it. A cop calls me and asks me where I was that night, blah, blah, blah. I let him know. I tell him. He was real cool about it. I was like, yeah, she's just kind of crazy and sleeps around a lot, so she's got some issues. And he was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, yeah, the whole situation is just odd. And where I was working, I worked at 5 a.m. every morning, so there was no way I was out in the middle of the night doing some hood rat shit. So the cop, tells me he doesn't think I have anything to do with it. I gave him alibis. I'm off the hook. About a week later, a fucking another cop calls me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was already out of this. Like, what do you want? And he's like, oh, I already know about that and what happened. You're no longer suspect. I'm the detective for her dad stalking you. So he's been charged with some really bad things, and we're just concerned for your safety. And with him stalking you, he's done stuff like this in the past. What would you like us to do? And I'm just like, I tell the detective, I'm like, I don't want to press charges or anything. I just want him to leave me alone. Like, that's all. I'm sorry that whatever happened, but I had nothing to do with it. And they need to leave me the fuck alone. Like, they need to get the fuck on. So, about 3 more days goes by, and a cop texts me saying, Officer Blank here, does this look like Cheating Ho's dad? And I'm like, fuck yeah, it does. And it was a mugshot, and then he tells me some of the things that they picked him up on and charged him with, and just kind of told me to watch my back. I shouldn't hear anything from him, and if I do, get in contact with them. And I'm not gonna get into it, but it was charged with some pretty fucked shit. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make the thumbnail of the mugshot that the officer sent me, cause what the fuck. Anyways, looking like all the gameplay I have for you guys today. Really hope you enjoyed this crazy story time. If you're new to my channel, do me a favor and falcon punch the shit out of that fucking subscribe button like your pregnant girlfriend. Because you don't want to spend that money on a fucking baby. You want to spend that money on video games. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good one. Peace.